What's going on, HCL fans? It's GordonSine here, coach of the New Jersey Giratinas, bringing you my Week 5 recap for my battle against the Bostdon Delphox, coached by Red. And this week, I decided to bring Landorus, Gastrodon, Armaldo, Electivire, Heatran, and Scrafty. Armaldo is my new pickup for the week. I ended up dropping Jellicent. It was a new rapid spinner, which I lost when I dropped Fortress. Also, it just has a better move pool. It can also be more offensive, just more my play style. It can take hits and it can dish out hits as well. So it's definitely more my play style. So for the battle, I decided to bring Landorus it just put in a lot of work versus Mose's team. And so it was pretty powerful, especially with that Grass Knot and outspeeding Mega Slowbro. That was going to OHKO, or at least come close to. That's why I also had Calm Mind in the off chance I got that opportunity to set one up. Also HP Ice for Gliscor and Earth Power just put some work. Pretty standard set, max special attack, speed, mostly speed, invested with some HP, you know. So that pretty standard set. For Gastrodon here, I did have a Rindo Berry, and I was EV'd to live one hit, one Seed Flare from Shaman in the off chance I ran into that situation. I also had Rain Dance, Recover, Ice Beam, and Toxic, and now I didn't have any Stab because, in all honesty, Ice Beam did enough work against Red's team. Plus, my other Pokemon could cover Pokemon like Delphox and Torkoal and things like that. So Ice Beam was just my plan. Plus, Recover, Toxic were more reliable than going with anything else. And then Rain Dance was for Armaldo here with Swift Swim. But I gave it Storm Drain just because Mega Slowbro, obviously. Max HP. And then I have this wrong. I have my spread wrong. It was 236 here. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened. Something got screwed up. Anyway, that was my Gastrodon set there. Yeah, I don't know. I must have accidentally bumped the wrong buttons or something. Cause this is yeah, whatever. Unless I had that for the battle, I don't know. If I did, then that was a mistake, but I don't think it mattered, so thank goodness. Adamant, Rock Remover, Assault Vest, you know, Liquidation, Earthquake, X-Scissor, Rapid Spin. Dealt with everything on his team. Swift Swim would be nice if I got that opportunity. You know, I brought Static Sal, the Electivire, once again with that Choice Scarf, Ice Punch, Wild Charge, Earthquake, Low Kick, basically takes care of everything. Outspeeds anything that doesn't have a Scarf on his team. So just very good mon to have for this battle. Very helpful. Then Heatran here, Stealth Rock, Dark Pulse, Hidden Power, Ice, and Flamethrower to help with Gliscor, Delphox, along with Flamethrower just to chunk things. And then Scrafty here had Poisium Z for Shaman in case it lived a hit, which I think I calced it right where it did. Max speed and attack with Dragon Dance, Knockoff, and Poison Jab and Drain Punch. Now I had Shed Skin this week because he didn't have many good physical attackers. His team's more special, so Intimidate wasn't important. Moxie, I didn't feel like Scrafty was going to stay in much. I feel like it was going to end up getting forced out. And then Shed Skin because I didn't want to get burned. So anyway, getting into our battle here. Turn 1, I lead off with Armaldo. Knowing that it's going to be pretty much a good matchup. I know he liked to lead Gliscor in the past too, so I was trying to probably get I wanted to catch him off guard with the Liquidation, and then also be able to Rapid Spin turn 2. He sets up the Stealth Rocks here. I do go for Liquidation, and he is obviously Toxic Orb. Now he's gonna switch out here. Luckily, he doesn't have a Ghost type, so I'm free to Rapid. I went for Liquidate. I don't know. Oh, I think that's right. I want Gliscor gone. That was my thinking. I could have put him down pretty low, but yeah. Now I Rapid Spin because, yeah, there's no reason to Liquidation again. And now this thing can basically stay in and chunk Armaldo, so I hard switch it into Gastrodon here. And He gets the Poison Heal. He does knock off my Rindo Berry, which is unfortunate. Now he goes for Earthquake and crits, which really sucks. But what you gonna do? Not much you can really do about that. And then in comes Torkoal. The crit doesn't matter too much though, because I do get the recover off there. It still put me in a position where if he brought something out that was faster, I would have either lost Gastrodon here or had to switch. Luckily, though, he does go into Torkoal, so I'm free to recover there. Now I can recover up again because there's nothing. Unfortunately, I do miss the Toxic here, and he goes for Psychic and gets the Spadef drop. Now, I'm not risking getting down to 1 health or anything like that for a Toxic. It's not worth it. So I'm just going to go into Scrafty, take a Psychic, you know. Force this Slowbro out, hopefully. I don't know why. Showdown locked up. Okay, there you go. I go for Dragon Dance, but he does switch. I know this thing can carry Play Rough. I don't know if I outsped. I think it was close. So I just switched into Landorus. Even if I did outspeed, I know I couldn't OHKO it because this thing can be pretty bulky. So I go into Landorus, pretty safe here. There's not much he can do to. He can chunk it, but he can't like OHKO it or anything. So I go into Electivire. He goes into Shaman. So I go for Ice Punch here while he goes for Sub, because I figured if he had Sub, you know, Ice Punch was going to do a chunk. If he had Leech Seed, Ice Punch was going to do a chunk. It obviously super effective damage is helpful here. Now he could have went into 3 other Mons, which would have been a problem, but it's fine. I do just keep going for Ice Punch to try and put this thing out. But unfortunately, he does switch there, and I honestly am kind of glad he did because if you see here, it did 43%, and if he stayed in, he was on 44 health, so there's a chance it was a roll. Well, no, not a chance. There's a chance he lived, is what I'm trying to say. And if he did live that, Electivire would have unfortunately went down there, and that would have been a big problem for like big momentum shift. However, he does live. I switch out into Heatran. He does carry Hidden Power Ground, and he goes for Psychic next turn and pops my Agua Berry, which gives me a free Dark Pulse to get off a lot of damage. And then he is able to go for the Hidden Power Ground the next turn and take me out. Now I'm going to go into Electivire knowing I'm faster. I'm just going to go for Earthquake. Earthquake does a good chunk to pretty much the rest of his team at this point. He doesn't have Gliscor anymore for that. He does come into Stoutland, get the Intimidate off, so I switch into Gastrodon, knowing it's not going to do much more in this battle, seeing that only has Ice Beam, and I'm just going to let it go down. Not much I could do, really. And so I go back into Electivire, go for the low kick, get the kill. Yeah, so that messed up EV thing didn't really matter then. That's good to know. I gotta watch out for that later though. So anyway, I go into Armaldo here, not wanting Electivire to go down, and Armaldo's done its job at this point. Gliscor's rocks are gone, so I'm just gonna stay in here and just get damage off on the Torkoal while I sack Armaldo off, because he has his job done. And now I'm pretty much safe to go into Landorus here and clean up this game. Now, the one thing I was scared of is if the Shaman is max speed. If it's max speed Shaman, it outspeeds my Landorus. And so I was very terrified of him having a speedy Shaman. I didn't want Landorus to go down because I know I risked not being able to kill Slowbro with Electivire and Scrafty. I didn't want to be in that situation. So I preserve Lando. Scrafty comes in, gets crit, but lives. I honestly didn't even need Scraft. I was just more trying to sack this thing off so Electivire could come in with its Scarf. But that's fine. This thing lives, so I'm just going to show off my tech and go for the Acid Downpour. No reason not to. It's not going to do much to the rest of his team. Plus, Scrafty's slower, so... Well, no, it's not. It's not slower. It doesn't do much. That's right. Psychic Shape. Anyway, he goes into Mega Slowbro. I'm going to sack this thing off. I'm just going to go for a knockoff, super effective damage. And I'm going to go down to a Flamethrower. Now, here I'm free to go into Landorus and go for the Grass Knot, which is going to be able to OHKO here. And at this point, his only Mon left is Torkoal, and I have Earth Power. plus Earthquake on Scarf Electivire, so there's nothing he can do. I end up winning here, and I get the 2-0 win, 2 kills with Landorus at the end there. Again, the Mons I did lose, I lost strategically. I didn't really lose anything that I wasn't supposed to. It was more they were just going to get damage off, or they did their job already. So I felt like I was in pretty much control for the battle. I did what I needed to do. I made the plays I needed to do. I had a plan of Landorus and Electivire cleaning up at the end with my other Mons putting in work. So it went according to plan, and it was a really good battle. It was still a really nice team on Red's part. Definitely some things I wasn't expecting, like the Torkoal Delphox combo. I also wasn't expecting to see Stoutland this week. I thought he picked it up. I didn't think he was going to bring it to this match. So that caught me a little off guard. But still, it was a good game all around, and not much hacks either, which is always nice to know. Like there's the Toxic Miss special defense drop. That was probably the hacksiest part of the battle. And honestly, that wasn't even that bad because it didn't really change much. But GG to Red. It was a great battle, and I'm looking forward to my battle this week against Collin and the Valencia Venusaurs. Until next time, I've been GordonSine, signing off.